Hello everyone, Shadefyre here, and welcome to another Boss Bytes for Monster Hunter, where we're going to be hunting another monster for the first time. And today it's going to be the Barioth, which is actually a returning monster from previous games, and I would have seen it in World if I had played Iceborne, but since I didn't, it is still a new monster to me. It's sort of a saber-toothed tiger-esque thing with wings, or like wing shapes. It is, I think, one of the monsters that's appeared in quite a few Monster Hunters, but we're going to check it out. We're going to be using a Gunlance for this one instead of the Switch Axe, just to change it up. I've been kind of going between the two now. So, let's grab our Bunny Dongo. Still having a pretty good time with this game. I haven't really hit anything too bad, except when I tried to get Rathian armor, because the Rathian has a miserable drop that's like a 3% chance. So I tried fighting it like 10 times and did not get one, so I'm just not going to bother with Rathian armor, especially because it's not that good early in the game. Like, high rank Rathian might be worth it, but I was just like, you know what? It's not worth it. So I gave the dog Rathian armor instead, because that does not require a Rathian plate. Alright, I think this thing is ice-based, but I don't know if I want to go with the ice resistance. I guess we'll try it. Still none of these that I think are completely gotta use them every time. We'll let it play out again. It took me a while to realize that the reason it's called Bunny Dongo is because they use 2 sticks instead of 1, so it has the little ears on the end. Because normally, from what I saw, Dongo is just served in Japan with 1 stick. So with the 2 sticks and the little face, it becomes a bunny. Also, I think there's only 1 animation for that. Because, like, in Monster Hunter World, I think there was different cooking animations, and it would just randomly pick one. Okay, so we didn't get all 3, but I think we got the ice and the heal. Alright, let's head out. I didn't actually look at what area this is in, but Frost Islands makes sense.
Freezing winds cutting deep.
Yeah, so it's sort of like a saber-toothed tiger dragon.
And the price will be steep. Don't fall for the charm of its shining white gown.
Ice breath confirmed.
Tear you up before taking you down.
I like its design. A similar monster that I look forward to seeing in this, because I know it's in this, is the Tigrex, which is like a T-Rex dragon. Not really in the same way as Anjanath, because Anjanath didn't have wings, but the Tigrex is like a tiger with a T-Rex head and wings for arms. But that was actually the first thing I ever saw from Monster Hunter, was just a random wallpaper of the Tigrex. And that's how I discovered the series back when it was still fairly new. Didn't play any of them, but I just became aware of their existence when they were still pretty niche. That's the thing, though. I do actually like being somewhat aware of games, even if they're games I don't play myself. Just kind of having that knowledge. Okay, where is it? It's either on the left or on the right, because there's 2 mystery monsters. It's also interesting, because this is my second Monster Hunter game, to see how some of the monsters get shifted around in difficulty. Like, for example, Puki Puki, or Puke Puke, which is one of the monsters introduced in World as well, is a 4-star quest in this, but it was like a 1-star or a 2-star quest in World, so it's a tougher monster in this one. So it's curious to see how they change those up. Okay. He's already coming at me. I wanted to get a picture. I don't think we're going to get a chance to get a picture, but considering these missions always take place in the same day, or in the same place at the same time, it's easy to come back and just get a shot later. So, the Gunlance, as you can see, is a shield and a lance. It's not as defensive as the actual just straight-up lance, so you can't block as well, but it's still pretty good for being able to shield your attacks instead of dodging them. And as you might expect from the name, the main thing about this is that it shoots. Okay, he's coming after something. I thought he was going to come for a dive, but nope, he just shot ice at me. So, our heaviest attacks with this thing are all about discharging our shots. And if you look at the top under the stamina bar, we have our sharpness, then we have our ammo counter, and then we have our worm stake ammo, which is always just one shot, because that's a pretty heavy one. And you have to reload those regularly. So you can attack with the shield up, but you can only do a regular poke, basically. Alright, I am getting slammed around here. Maybe I should pay a little more attention to the monster until I know what he's going to do. I hadn't actually run into one of these when I was doing other missions yet, so I hadn't seen any of his moves. Okay, I've got, like, ice on me, and I don't know how to get rid of that one. Alright. So that right there is discharging all of your ammo at once. It's a good way to combo, especially because you can combo a quick reload into that. Basically, after any attack, if you hit right trigger and... Y? No, B. Right trigger and B, you can do the quick reload. It's such a satisfying sound and animation. I don't know, I had a lot of fun using the Gunlance once I picked it up in World. I guess it's not the best to try and explain a weapon as I'm fighting a new monster and not knowing what it's going to do. Alright, can I get it? Nope. I was going to try to get a sneaky blast in there. Why was that weapon draw so slow? So yeah, we can block stuff like that too. Not everything is blockable, but most stuff is, and there's usually an equipped skill that you can get to make other things blockable as well. However, one of the Silkbind skills for this is a perfect block if you time it right. So we do... Oh, never mind. I was going to say we do the third hit and then we reload. So our other big attack requires me to be blocking first, and then it takes a couple seconds to charge, so you usually wait till the monster's down. He seems a lot faster and more aggressive than the stuff I've been fighting so far. Like, he constantly attacks. Oop. Probably should have wire bugged out of that. But yeah, I think now that I'm getting into the 4-star quests, I'm actually getting to monsters with a decent variety of moves. Because the earlier ones are pretty basic. They have like 2 big moves you gotta watch out for. I might just start blocking those because I don't think my side hop is good enough to get out of the way. This doesn't have a roll or anything when you have it equipped. You still take a little bit of damage when you block normally, but way less than if you actually get hit. Oops, I accidentally activated my big blast. So now you can see that there's that heat coming off the end there, and I can't use the worm blast again until it is... Or sorry, wyvern blast, until it is charged again. However, my other silk skill can reduce the cooldown, but it's an aerial attack, so I have to be kind of under him. So that's the regular reload, and that reloads your worm stake as well, if you need it. I didn't actually mean to do that, but at least I got to demonstrate it. The thing is, he's not really giving me a lot of openings. Ooh, thought I dodged that. You also don't have a lot of forward mobility. Really, this forward stab like that is your only charging forward move.
Let's keep it up.
And then the worm stake. But you can do the swing, the blast, and then the wide swing, and then reload, and just keep doing that 3 combo if you get the chance. Against him, I'm not going to get the chance. However, I can get my skill in here to cool down my big one. So that didn't completely cool down my wyvern blast, but it'll be a lot shorter now than if I didn't do that. I wonder if I can take this tail off. It looks a little thick to sever, but you can probably take the tip off. You can also just shoot regularly. Different types of Gunlance have kind of different functions for the shooting, and since this is a normal type, it has a lot of ammo, but the actual shots don't do a lot of damage, whereas with like a long, you have less ammo, but they're better for charge shots than for using the burst. Because you can charge it up like that. The good thing about those shots is they completely ignore armor, so
Keep attacking!
it's a good way to blow up their armory bits. Alright. Got a little better feel for them now. I did not refill my potions before doing this quest, though. I really should have done that, or taken the ones out of the supply box. Because they give you a couple free supplies every time you do a mission, and they just go to waste if you don't take them. And especially when you're not in multiplayer, there's no reason not to take them all. Because in multiplayer, they give you enough for 4 players, so obviously if you take multiple stacks, you're being a dick. Unless you're not actually playing online, and you're just doing the multiplayer quests solo. And then you can just take all of them. So that's the perfect block right there. And if you get that off, it actually sharpens your weapon as well, somehow. There we go. Tip of the tail off. So he can still attack with his tail now, but his range is shorter. As demonstrated. And I think it does less damage than getting hit by the clubby bit. Nope, I just wanted to reload. Oh, I was hitting the wrong trigger. Whoops. Alright, he immediately left. Sometimes they're weird like that, and they'll just, like, flee immediately when you get to them. And then you feel kind of bad about the fact that you're chasing this beast down and just beating it into submission and then to death, so that you can carve a small number of parts off of it. They definitely don't use the whole buffalo in here, because otherwise you wouldn't have to grind so much. Oh, he's eaten. So that means he's low on health and he's trying to recover it. I thought he was just about to run away again. Right in the face. And it looks like my wyvern blast is also charged again. So if we can get him knocked down or stunned, that's the time to use it. I'd like to get a break on his wings as well, because that's probably a useful drop. Basically, every part you break is a chance of getting more loot at the end. Ooh. That was a bad time to not be able to dodge. You can also use traps. That's something I haven't even really done much of yet, but you can drop something like this down. And then, when he gets close to it... Well, that didn't work. See, I don't want to hit it, because then it'll blow me up. Nope. Looks like Kala got a knockdown on him. So this is where we get in here and just... Well... That was a waste. So you have to press Y and B to do that while blocking, but it was just reloading instead of actually activating the way it was supposed to. Because I was holding right trigger, which is block and reload. I think if the monster hits the barrel, though, it will also potentially explode. Yep. The idea is to get them to smack it, and then it'll blow up in their face, or get someone with a bow gun to hit it. Is he down? He doesn't look down because he's on the, like, ledge. I do like that perfect block. Also, you can block roars with the shield and thus not get stunned. Ooh. Thought he was turning to run, but no. Okay, I'm about to go down. Ooh. Trying to get my health out before he jumps on my head or something. So, definitely the toughest non-multiplayer monster I've fought so far. Just in terms of how aggressive he is and also durable. Rathian has nothing on the Barioth. Ooh, he missed. Lucky for me. Thought I would get my block back up there. Alright, last Mega Potion. And I wasted some of it. Ooh, another wire bug. Oh. I was about to do my big aerial thing again, but I guess he was weaker than I thought. So yeah, tough monster, but a good fight. I'm glad that I'm getting to the point where monsters actually have a little more complexity to them now. And you can't just wail on them and then jump out of the way when they do their one big attack. I don't know what the ice effect does either. I would have assumed that it drains your stamina, but no, it doesn't seem to do that. Alright, well, another big monster down. Did I break its teeth? Yeah, it looks like we snapped the fangs, so that's another drop. So not the best display of the Gunlance there.
Laughably easy.
I feel like I had it a lot more nailed than the Rathian, but I've also fought the Rathian a bunch of times in World as well, and its moveset hasn't really changed. So I kind of already knew what to expect going in. Again, about 15 minutes, so it wasn't actually that much longer than the other ones we did, but it did a lot more damage in that time.
How about this weather?
Alright, turn those in. Those are just optional things that you can take to get extra stuff.
Have a look around.
And as always, we'll check what kind of armor it gives you. Oh, that was upgrade. I was like, nothing new. So Barioth probably doesn't look too different from the Bishotten I'm using now. It's a little more plated, less feathery because it doesn't have feathers. Not bad looking. It's alright. And then, let's see, Barioth Tree. It's got 30% affinity, which means it has a higher crit chance. And you can see shelling type wide. So that one is better for, I think, up close blasts specifically. It's kind of a shotgun thing. But it has less ammo than I think than even the long. So that's better for shooting than for blasting as well with
Some
the
hunters literally
Mega Blast.
take hours. I'm used to waiting.
And then Switch X. Barioth. Also Affinity. I guess because of its fangs, they consider that like a good reason to give you crits on it. 20%. Ice Elements. It looks alright. It's got a better chunk of green sharpness than the other ones I've been using, so it'll hit through armor and stuff better.
See you later.
I find like most of the armor for your felines just looks silly. And I guess that's kind of the point, you know? Is that they're not really to be taken that seriously. It's neat armor for the canine, but it kind of looks like a Digimon like this. Alright, well, that's another monster down, so that means it's another video down. So, if you've joined me for all of these hunts so far, thank you. And I hope I'll see you on a few more. But until then, you folks all take care.